Batman was the real villain of the Injustice series, okay? This is a hill that I will die on, and it really shouldn't even be a controversial statement. I mean, we are human beings after all, and you'd think that we'd have, you know, basic empathy and compassion, especially people who call themselves superhero fans, but I guess not. But if you've actually read the Injustice comics, if you watched the movie, if you played the games, then it's very clear that Batman is the real villain. Batman started most of the problems, and if Batman was a real hero and a real friend and just, you know, a person with empathy, most of the problems that happened in that universe wouldn't have happened. Now, I've stated this multiple times, but I've never really gotten in detail like I will in this video, but I find it hilarious that everyone jumps down Injustice Superman's throat and treats him like a monster, even though if you actually read the books or even just watched the animated movie, because it's shown in there, in the very beginning, before he, you know, started killing everyone, he had very good methods. Like, he was still a hero. He was just, you know, being a bit more of a dictator. He was doing things that traditional Superman wouldn't do, like he was stopping wars. He was saving people from dying in war, which is crazy that we even call people like that dictators. I mean, wow, a human being with superpowers stops a war, stops genocide. I guess that makes them a dictator. I don't, it just shows how weird people are. But yeah, Superman wasn't even killing villains or criminals like the Arkham Asylum inmates, for instance. We all could agree that every last person in there deserves to be capped. I mean, like, you know what they've done, bro. And Superman still wasn't even going to kill them. All he said was that they need to be sent to an inescapable prison where they can't keep escaping. And he pretty much just stated that their help or their mental health treatment does not matter more than the lives of innocent people, which that's objectively a fact. Pretty much everyone agreed with Superman that these criminals deserve to be in an inescapable prison. The only person who didn't was Batman. Batman cared more about the mental health of these criminals more than the lives of innocent human beings. I love the irony though, because Batman was so insistent on these criminals being given mental health and treatment for their trauma, yet he never was even able to do that for his best friend. Batman despised the idea of these criminals being sent to an inescapable prison, yet he sent his best friend to an inescapable prison where he couldn't get any help or mental treatment later in the exact same comic series. One of my favorite moments in the series is when Batman literally admits to Superman that he himself is a hypocrite. First, he gets mad at Superman for using fear and scaring people into not committing genocide, in which Superman literally responds, "But you're the one who taught me that. You're the one who uses fear to scare criminals in Gotham." What's funny is that in this same conversation, Batman admits to Superman that if he had his powers, he would be doing the exact same thing that he's doing now. And pretty much he would have became the exact same authoritarian dictator that Supes became. AKA, Batman is a hypocrite. I find it hilarious though how many people get on a case of, you know, Injustice Wonder Woman, and don't get me wrong, I'm not necessarily trying to come to her defense. I'm not trying to make it seem like she's a hero or a great person, but I love how many YouTube videos people make on, yeah, she's such an evil person, she's the real villain. But you know what I will say about Injustice Wonder Woman? At least she was there for her friend when her friend's family got killed and his entire city got killed. Say what you want about Wonder Woman, but she was by Superman's side. She actually tried to help him and care for him in his moment of grief. Batman, on the other hand, when his Superman just suffered this catastrophe, Batman cared more about the safety of the Joker. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Batman is the real villain. Even later on in the comic book series, when Superman's parents got kidnapped by corrupt dictator government officials who literally were killing people, Batman didn't help his best friend get his parents back. As a matter of fact, once again, Batman teamed up and allied himself with the criminals who were murdering people so that he could protect them from whatever Superman was going to do to them when he found out that they were the ones who kidnapped his parents. Listen, I try to give you guys the benefit of the doubt because I do have to realize that most people don't read comic books, and a lot of the people who constantly talk about how Wonder Woman's such an evil person and Superman is super evil and Batman is the hero, Batman did nothing wrong, most of them didn't actually read the comics. So I have to take that in perspective, because if you've only played the Injustice games, if that's the only thing you know about Injustice Superman, well yeah, like he's gonna look like a villain, he's gonna look super super duper evil, because that's the end of the arc. That's when he had already went crazy, and that's when Wonder Woman had went crazy too. But you didn't see any of the build up to that. You didn't see how many times Superman just needed help, and Batman would have rather gave support to villains and criminals than his friend. Even when we look at Damian Wayne accidentally killed Nightwing, and 100% that was wrong. He was in the wrong with that. But Batman literally outcast him and literally said, hey, you're not even my son anymore. Like, that's what he did to his son. And let's not even talk about Harley Quinn. Oh my goodness, bro. Harley Quinn helped commit a genocide, literally a genocide. Harley Quinn helped Joker kill, and she received zero consequences or punishment by anyone. She was allowed to roam free. Why? I love when people try to defend her, saying things like, yeah, I mean, she killed and slaughtered 11 million people, but like, I mean, she was manipulated by Joker. She wasn't responsible for her actions, even though she's a grown woman. We're not talking about a child. We're talking about a grown woman who was actually a psychologist. And by the way, if we use your logic saying Harley Quinn, she was manipulated, I could just say Superman was manipulated. I guess the people Superman killed during his crusade of being a dictator, I guess that should be excused too. I guess he deserves no punishment because he was manipulated by Joker. Joker killed his wife and his child. So I guess we could just attribute that to PTSD. And once again, Batman defended Harley Quinn before he defended his best friend. Listen, guys, I already know people are gonna strawman this video. I know people are gonna say I'm defending Injustice Superman, which in a way I kind of am. I mean, I didn't know that stopping genocide and stopping wars was a horrible thing. I would much rather it be Superman who's deciding who gets to live or die than the Joker. If you don't understand that reference, if you don't understand like what that means, then you have mental issues, and like, I don't know, maybe redo pre-K or something. Batman's ideology is that Joker should have the power to take people's lives and not Superman. And what I love is that John Kent's Superman literally went to the Injustice universe and pretty much confronted him, saying, yeah, like, why weren't you being afraid of Superman? Why didn't you try to help him in his desperate time of need? I love how in the final issue of that exact comic book series, John Kent successfully did more work and did better than Batman by simply showing compassion to Superman, which led Injustice Superman to actually question his horrible actions and try to be better. My favorite moment in the comics is when Superman broke Batman's back, and people always attribute that as, wow, Injustice Superman, he's so horrible, he broke his back. Once again, they don't actually read comics, because if you read the comics that came before that, you would know Superman only did that because Batman played video footage of their wedding, and Bruce proceeded to taunt Clark and pretty much gaslight him and blame him for the death of Lois Lane. Once again, while playing video footage of their wedding. And I love how he blamed Clark for Lois's death, even though Joker specifically attacked Metropolis to get to Batman. Yeah, guys, this is gonna be the end of this video. Injustice Batman is a horrible person. He's evil. He's freaking terrible. He's way worse than Injustice Superman. He's way worse than Injustice Wonder Woman. I know the strawmans will come. I'm not saying Injustice Superman is a hero, even though in the beginning of the comic series he was. All of the people that he killed, all of the good people that he killed, that was not right at all. But I am saying that he had PTSD. He needed mental help, and Batman didn't give it to him. But you know who he did give mental help to? Criminals, rapists, and murderers. I'm gonna catch you guys later, man. Peace out.